everybody. Welcome back to Escape Reality Star Wars Talk. I'm your host, Caleb.
Hi, I'm Seth. I talk Star Wars with this man.
And welcome back to the show where we take a month off to read a book, and I don't write a full script because there's too much to talk about.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll dive into why it took us this long because I think that's going to be a part of the review for the material for this week. But first up, we like to talk about what we've been up to outside of Star Wars. And so, exciting things on the channel.
Mm-hmm.
We have the premiere of our other podcast finally out there.
Yep.
And it's doing okay. It's not doing big numbers, but it's doing well enough that I think our audience is watching it, and I'm excited to do more episodes. Part of me wants to have this turn this one into every other week so we can have time to focus on doing that one, because especially when we have books to read for that one like we do right now, because it's hard to do 2 books at once for you and me, whereas our other host on the Highlander podcast, it's the Highlander one. Woo!
Yep.
The one we've talked about for like 5 years before. Yeah, about 5 years actually. I was about to say it hasn't been that.
It has been that long.
We have been talking about it that long, huh? Yeah. But it's finally in existence. It's not just an idea now, which I'm happy about. And I think also it's a good first episode.
Yeah.
It's us talking about what we know about the reboot, showing off some of the set photos, which we've gotten a couple more since that. Nothing else, though, on actual news front of it. I know they're still filming it. But I'm excited. It's fun having other ideas finally happening. Plus, it's good for you. Because Star Wars burnout is real.
Yeah.
Like, we were... let me fix... Because now I am taller than you. I overcompensated.
Yep.
There we go. I actually raised the chair for once because this one has the you can lift it. But no, this just means I actually have to sit up straight to reach your, because I don't sit up straight when we do the podcast.
I don't either that much.
Like, I usually lean in because I'm leaning into the mic 90% of the time.
Whereas me and my fucking keep that fucking thing away from me.
Put that thing back where it came from, or so help me.
Also, my apologies. I'm a little tired because I went to sleep at 5 in the morning.
Did you have D&D after the... not our game, but did you have...
No, it got canceled, which is...
Yeah. Ours got canceled because I was exhausted.
To be honest, I kind of, bitched about a lot of things to the boys yesterday.
Oh?
Yeah, I was like, well, here's how my day started.
Is it work mostly?
No, actually, well, there was one incident at work, and you know what? With permission, I would like to bitch about the last 48 hours.
I mean, we talk about whatever on this. You know that in this section.
So my day started with Chuck Norris died. So that...
Yeah, because he was in the hospital the day before.
Yeah. So that's
while that man was not perfect, he had his issues that I don't entirely agree with some of the stuff that he stood for. He was a good actor, and he was also very memeable and part of our childhoods.
Yes. It devastated me last night when Kinsey was like, I don't know who that is.
Which, I mean, that makes sense.
It makes sense, but
she's
I'm also
she's the generation she just missed the hype of the Chuck Norris jokes. She would have just missed that.
Yep.
And so the Chuck Norris,
Yeah. She was complaining. She was like, everyone's saying that this guy died, but I don't know who he is, and I just want to watch
some Walker.
No, not Walker.
Oh, you want to watch the Bruce Lee film he was in?
No. She doesn't. I don't think she knows who that is.
I know she doesn't, but that doesn't mean you can't teach her some culture.
No, she has to learn it on her own.
Hey, Liz. That's our friend from South.
Oh, hi.
Yeah.
So that's the start of my day. Then I go to work, and while we do blow up balloons at work, I think someone buying 30 is a bit much, considering we have to blow them up one at a time.
Also, I need to, hold on, before you go deeper, I gotta thank one of our new followers, because it is a friend of mine.
Okay.
And I know if she's watching, it'll be funny calling her out right now, because she just messaged me on Snapchat, telling me she followed. Thank you, Reign of Silent Mind. I know who you are now. Which makes sense, because she has Silent Mind in the Discord as well. Anyways, you were saying, though, having to blow up all those balloons at work.
Yep. And, like, the lady wasn't mean. However, also, fuck you for making me blow up 30 balloons. I think we should have, like, a cutoff limit.
Especially, like, when you say blow up, are, like, manually blowing up?
Manually.
Or, okay, because...
Well, one at a time, because we still have to use the helium tank.
Okay, so it is the helium.
But they only blow up one at a time.
So it is the helium ones that she ordered? Okay.
Yeah.
Because I know you can order helium or air when you get balloons. Most of the time people want helium because you want them to float.
Mm-hmm. We have helium only. That's what you get.
Oh, okay.
I blow up the latex ones.
Okay, because I know some stores have both.
So there's that. And then I'm like, well, this will be fine. Eventually. And so I go, work ends, right? And I'm like, okay. Unfortunately, the, like, front sink in the bathroom isn't draining, so I was like, oh, well, I'll just buy, like a drain sink so I can go and... Couldn't fucking find one. Which is annoying.
Oh, no. We were saying hi, because I was letting him know that it's you from South. I don't know if you remember Liz or not. You might have just missed when she was part of the group. I might have
just missed. But still, nice to meet you. Hope you're doing well. This is a very unfortunate way to meet someone. As you're
describing, like your worst 2 days. And...
Yeah. Like, the truth is, these are all mild inconveniences that
it's just
happen
when they
happen within the span of, like...
48 hours. Yeah. And when they happen that frequently, it goes from a minor inconvenience to, oh, this is mountaining.
Yeah. So that happens, and then...
Go Jags. Yeah, go Jags.
And then I was like, okay, I'll wait to play some Divinity with Caleb.
And then I was like, hey... And then I gave you the bad news. I was like, I'm going to watch 2 movies this week instead of 1.
And that was fine, but you also said you let me know if you couldn't do it. And then proceeded to not tell me.
Well, because but
that was fine.
Yeah, because by the time I got home, it was like maybe 30 minutes before Pixie stream, and so by then I was like, oh, she's playing Fortnite. I guess I'll join her for Fortnite, and I'll see Seth then anyways, and we can still play games together. Yeah. And then I passed out.
Then you passed out, but we did get to play a few games together, so that was a highlight of the night.
Yeah, and we got some wins. We got some wins. Yep. We even got a crown victory. Well, I don't think you got the crown victory.
No,
because you were downed.
I was down.
But Pixie, Ren, and I did.
You know, I don't think I bring any tactical advantage to the team whatsoever.
I'm not that tactical either, though. Let's be honest. Like, I just get lucky. But it was fun. It was last night. That at least hopefully was fun.
That was.
And then y'all got to make fun of me for snoring on stream.
Actually, that's one of the reasons I didn't leave the voice channel. I was like, I gotta be. It's a weird pseudo sense of responsibility where I'm like, well, I can't just leave them.
Okay, now I'm curious. Did y'all clip that?
Clip it. That's like an hour and a half, man.
I know, but I meant like when it initially happened.
Oh, there's no way they haven't. I don't think it's out yet.
No, the clips are immediate though. Oh. When you do the initial clip, when you do the like on Twitch when you initially clip, not when it's on like TikTok or like. Okay. I'm curious now. Oh no! Don't go to dashboard. Go to.
There was the fun the fun thing of telling the boys that
I
being
passed out.
Passed out. Yeah.
Which was very funny because I saw like the reactions of Steve and them going, "So are we playing?" And then you're like, "Yeah, no, Caleb passed out."
And then, like a little bit into the stream, I get a message from one of the other guys that I have the morning game with, and they're like, "By the way, no morning game tomorrow." I'm like,
but also that wasn't too bad because that means you sleep in a little. You can sleep in a little bit.
Yeah, but that's one of the ones I really, really like.
I know, but that's the benefit sometimes of like when something disappointing like that happens. Personally, I like to think of the benefits when something happens where I'm like, okay, yeah, I was excited about this game, but also I can now sleep a little more. Which I did have a good after I left the stream last night. And I felt a little bit better. Like I was able to stay up maybe another 30 minutes after that, and then I passed out again and was up. I slept till 9. Yeah, I fell asleep in somebody's live stream.
Yeah, you did.
I'm trying to see where, because I know you can see usually. I'm trying to see where to find those. Oh well. She'll probably knowing Pixie, she will post that one for sure. Sounds like that's most of the 48 hours though.
Yeah. If we're extending to like 108 hours, there was the horrible nightmare that I had.
Yeah.
But I think I'm gonna leave that one out.
Uh-oh. Speaking of Twitch, it's having a little hiccup. There we go. We're good.
The one upside is I've gone and had my 2 Dishonored 2 playthroughs.
Yeah, I saw that you were like, hey, give me a second to play some Dishonored 2 and then I'll...
Death of the Outsider is the DLC for that. I'm playing it now. Not now, but...
I can't sleep on live. I mean, it was not my intention. If that,
Nah, I don't think... Yeah, clearly.
I thought I hit the mute button.
Next game, right?
Yeah. Well, no. That was me saying to Zach, hey, take my game. I didn't say I'd take a game after that. If I did, I said that in my sleep. That had to be in my sleep. I was sleep talking.
Oh, no.
I guess, what was that, to Zach or to you?
Zach, I think.
You were like, Zach was like, how'd you go from, yeah, you got next game to...
Yeah, pretty much.
Not that it mattered, because, 2 games after that, Fortnite crashed. No, it's not that type of but no. As for me, fun stuff. New Spider-Man trailer came out, and I'm a big Spidey fan. And, of course, our buddy Harith and I always love having our little theories about what the next Spider-Man trilogy was going to be about. So finally getting a trailer for Brand New Day. Confirmed some stuff, left vague some other stuff, and unfortunately denied some third stuff. No Black Cat. That was our big theory. I think Mr. Negative is still hiding. I think he's still in Brand New Day, and that they are hiding him.
Probably could do some side missions.
Well, I mean, the reason that you would hide, like, in the movie, like, the reason you would hide Mr. Negative, right, is character, spoilers for the character Mr. Negative, for those who don't know about him in the comics or in the video game, because, I think the Insomniac video game made him way more popular of a villain, which he's a really good villain in the comics and in, spoilers for him. He starts off as a really good mentor character that's a really nice guy that's actually trying to legitimately do his best to help the people of New York. Like a kind of a charity center that he operates out of. I think the movie would hide him because they wouldn't want to spoil that character's... And I think as soon as you show him in the trailer, I think that gives that gives the game away. And it also makes sense to put him into a film that's very much the gang war movie. Because you got fucking Punisher in it. You've got Tombstone.
Sorry.
Which, you know, you got Tombstone, you've got Scorpion. That's your gang war storyline from the comics and from the other thing Harith and I have been talking about, the 90s cartoon. And on top of that, they're taking from the 90s cartoon by adding the metamorphosis thing with him potentially becoming Man Spider for a little bit.
Bye.
Bye. Have a good one, Liz. Good seeing you. Because, you know, they're doing the Man Spider thing. Which, yeah. And then they got Bruce Banner in the film to kind of be the scientist helping him probably go through that. Although there's also the voice of Keith David as a narrator in the trailer. And another friend and I are pretty sure that he's going to play Kurt Connors. Yeah, this film is pretty... But I think the Spider-Man films have shown a good restraint at being able, like the MCU ones.
Mm-hmm.
They have done the opposite of what, like, the... Cause,
oh, okay. Sorry, it took me a minute.
Yeah, Lizard.
Yeah, I was like, I know that name.
Yeah, and you know Keith David. That you know that actor. That's one of the few actors I don't have to tell you who that is. Where, like, normally I have to tell you characters he's played. If I say Keith David, you know Keith David. That's the thing with Seth. Don't give him an actor name. Give him characters.
I memorize those easier.
But Keith David I can give you. That's Husk. That's... You know, that's Dr. Facilier. That's, you know, the man with the voice, the legendary voice. Where, for some reason, I'm mad because there were people that were like, oh, that's not Keith David. That's name of actor. And I'm like, how do y'all know? You know, how do you mix up such a legendary voice with other people? People that sound nothing like him. Like they were saying, Jeffrey Wright, the guy who plays the Watcher in MCU, in the What If stuff. He's also in The Martian. He's that one scientist on Earth, helping him get back. Have you seen The Martian?
No.
Oh. You would maybe like that. I don't know. That one's a little harder of a sell. It's more realistic science.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, what else was I going to say? They also confused him with the actor playing Tombstone for this, which I was like, that doesn't sound like him either. That's the guy who was in Black Lightning as the TV show as one of the bad guys, the Whale. You know, did you watch the Black Lightning show?
No.
Oh. Good show.
Sorry.
No. I'm just trying to be like, I know characters. Throw characters at Seth. See which ones stick.
I like Black Lightning. I'm like, nah.
Which, I mean, I'm not surprised, no.
I know who Black Lightning, the character, is.
Yeah, you just didn't watch the show, which I'm not surprised.
Because I don't know him from that show. Where I know him from is Young Justice.
Young Justice, yeah. Wasn't he also in Justice League Unlimited?
Yeah, I think so.
It's been a minute since I've rewatched that show. That's such a good... Yeah. Anyways. But yeah. And so we think he's Kirk Connors, the Lizard before he's Lizard. Mm-hmm. But I think my point... I think MCU Spider-Man has done what Spider-Man 3, the Sam Raimi one, kind of failed at, which is... Let's throw all these characters in. Where Spider-Man 3, it felt like, oh, this is too many characters. You're not juggling them correctly. I think you can juggle that number of characters correctly. Just don't make all of them the main villain. You can have a main villain and then have like a bunch of other characters filling up the background, building up the setting, right? Because even in Homecoming, you already had Shocker. You had Scorpion. You had Gargan before he was Scorpion. He wasn't in the Scorpion suit yet, but you had him. You had you had the Tinkerer. They just all were working for Vulture, right? They weren't the main villains. So you were still setting up the world building without like tossing too many. Like it was juggled correctly. You had a lot of characters, but you juggled them, right? And that's even the same with Far From Home, which was the one, or No Way Home. Sorry, No Way Home, which is the one everybody was worried about, because that's the one where you had 3 Spider-Men, their villains, creating an actual Sinister Six finally, which I think might have been the hardest thing to achieve, and they did it pretty well, to where most people say it's their favorite Spider-Man movie. But I would say Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin is the main villain of that movie, right? Out of the 6 like out of that, right? Because you had Doc Ock, you had.
No, I'm just thinking about the like 2 scenes I've seen from that movie are fucking Willem Dafoe showing up to have a fight with fucking Zendaya's boyfriend, husband.
Oh,
because I can't remember.
Tom Holland Spider-Man.
Tom Holland
main
Spider-Man.
main
Yeah.
MCU Spider-Man.
That is a crazy line of thinking. To get.
Peter 1, and just say Peter 1 because
Peter
the fans will know who you're talking about. Because
Peter 1.
In the movie they each come up with which number they are.
Yeah, going, which is crazy because this Peter has no beef with fucking.
Well, no, I think by that time he does, because of what he does in the movie. What spoilers for a movie that's been out for a few years. He kills Aunt May.
Oh.
So I think this trilogy. So this trilogy is the main MCU trilogy that's come out so far. The Homecoming trilogy, the Home trilogy is what we'll call them for now. Because this might be because Brand New Day. They might. I could see it being the Day trilogy. But the Home trilogy, they it's more of a prequel trilogy, really, without you realizing it until the third one. Because like while in most stories of Spider-Man, Uncle Ben dying would be the crux of making Spider-Man who he is. Which he's already dead.
So
he's already dead because they do the thing. They do the thing of, well, you know that story, so let's just skip that. Knows that story. It's. We're on the right Wi-Fi, so I don't know why we're struggling today, but we're back up. I don't know what's going on. Anyways, so yeah, that's why is it when they're outside and like.
No, it's the one they're in the building.
Oh, that's before that then.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm like, you showed up to presumably someone close to him's home for no reason other than what if I fucked up your day?
I think that's just like a few scenes before he kills Aunt May. Yeah. I really like the when he's at first not, because they play with the thing that Green Goblin they always play with the multiple identity thing. So I like
Is he having an episode right now?
Yeah. Specifically with the Willem Dafoe Green Goblin, they play with that.
It's not what I'm interested from Insomniac at the moment, because there's another game that I'm
Wolverine.
Yeah.
You're excited about Wolverine?
Yeah.
I'm excited about that. But because of Brand New Day though, trailer, what I was building up to, I finally finished playing Miles Morales. Good game, good side game. It's a little shorter than the main Insomniac Spider-Man games, but it's a good game. Gives you some good insight into Miles Morales Spider-Man. Good use of the Tinkerer as a villain.
That is a B-list villain to me.
And even though he's like in the comics, he's like the second super villain ever introduced to Spider-Man. And he's and at first they make you think he's an alien when you read that initial issue when the Tinkerer shows up. They make you think, oh, he was an alien, But in reality, he's like Chameleon. He's like he's kind of like Mysterio. He's like a special effects artist.
Yeah, but what about Spider-Man's true greatest villain? The Wall.
See, that's a later one for where I like, even when I like to read older ones, that's later than that.
It's the dumbest.
Because, like, his original villain is Chameleon, which I'm excited to see a proper Chameleon. I want to see a proper movie. No Way Home, not No Way Home, kind of gave that, because him and Mysterio kind of, like Mysterio, once again, they do the thing where Mysterio is the main villain, but he has other side villains as his sidekicks.
Yeah, because God forbid.
But I think it's a good way to, once again.
God forbid Peter ever has to deal specifically with one problem.
But but he's not Chameleon yet. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, they once again, they do that thing that I think is good world building for your villains in a comic book movie. If you're gonna have multiple villains, let them be not quite their villain yet, or have it be like a Sinister Six thing, and you just juggle that really well, right? Anyways, because I think comic book movies should do that. Comic book movies should be like comic books.
Hot take of the century.
And maybe don't kill off your villains every time. Which the MCU's gotten better at that. I mean, the MCU used to be really bad at that. Like, when they first started off, they killed almost every villain except for Loki and technically Red Skull.
But also, I don't think Spider-Man stories are the kind where you should.
And it's not because, like, some of them can die, right? But also it shouldn't be directly from Spider-Man for one. And Spider-Man should be actively trying to save him, which I think Homecoming does a really good job at doing, where, like, Vulture's, like, still actively fighting him, and Peter's like, no, get out of your fucking suit, it's gonna blow up. And then, while Mysterio does die in Far From Home, it's because it's not from Peter. Peter's trying to actively still, like, not kill him.
Yeah. I feel like I'm going to say something that's definitely not a hot take. I feel like Spider-Man and Batman, those are the two characters that, like, not killing people is very important and should always actively be trying to save people, because that's the fucking point.
Yeah, because Spider-Man is a good person at heart, and most of the time his villains have a connection to him. And therefore, like, even though everybody's big complaint is, all the villains tied into Iron Man in the home trilogy.
Yeah.
Like, even then, they still had connection to Peter. Like, people ignore that. Vulture's still connected to Peter because he is the dad of Peter's love interest in that movie. Liz. He is Liz's dad. There is still a connection. So Peter still actively has to try to save him.
Yeah, can you imagine if it's like, your dad and I tried to kill each other, and then he exploded, and admitting that to your girlfriend?
Not that it mattered. I mean, she was moving it. She moves anyways, and you don't see her again. But, like, still. And plus, MJ is technically Endgame, although I will always fight that a good Spider-Man story should have a love triangle. At least, like, before he gets married to MJ, and we keep losing connection. There are times where Liz actively goes, I don't want Flash anymore, I want you. And Peter's like, sorry, I got a date with Betty from over at the Bugle. And also,
it's not meant to be funny,
but
it's very funny.
And people forget how petty Peter Parker is in the comics.
He can be extremely petty.
Like, especially in the early issues. Like, people think, oh, he's nerdy, and Flash Thompson just picked on him. No. Peter Parker would fight back. Peter Parker got into a boxing match with Flash Thompson in a comic. He boxed Flash, and then was like, oh, I'm Spider-Man, I gotta hold back and not win this fight.
Shit, I forgot, I can kill this guy.
Also, I could easily win this fight, and if I do, then everybody's gonna question, how did puny Peter Parker beat Flash so easily?
Yeah.
And he's like, shit, I gotta let Flash win. But also, I want to beat the shit out of him. Peter Parker in the early comics.
A lot of superheroes in the early comics are unhinged.
I mean, Batman let Ra's al Ghul die, actively killed Ra's al Ghul before Ra's al Ghul, like, before we knew about the Lazarus Pit. So when we thought Ra's al Ghul would be dead. He shot him with a laser.
This'll fucking stop you.
No. Like, it was a giant laser.
Big death ray laser.
Yeah. He just, and then disintegrated the fuck out of him.
I do remember the first, like, because I did go, like, a long time ago and read, like, the TV tropes page. Sorry, I like Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why they keep Batman and Spider-Man. Those are the two big heroes.
Yeah, Batman, Spider-Man, Superman.
Yep.
That's why they always have more films. It's because people like them. And it's because they're good characters.
Like, the first fucking Batman comic ever. Well, Batman doesn't directly kill a guy. His statement is like, yeah, you know why you died? You didn't fucking pay for the safety of your employees. That's why you tripped when there should have been a rail. It would have saved your life, dumbass.
Batman given OSHA violations.
Yeah, you should have cared more about the people who work for you, fucker. That's why you fell into a tub of acid.
Oh my god.
Also, I don't know what you're talking about, Commissioner Gordon. That I don't know anyone who dresses like a bat is clearly
made that clear that
same.
they are distinct characters. Like, the comics have gone out of their way to be like, no, two distinct characters. I kind of like the idea of Joker making Batman and Batman making Joker. I kind of like that, but like,
I prefer the opposite, but that's a case of personal taste.
I only like that because of how, like, integral Joker and Batman's relationship is. And I think the whole, like, because the whole idea is that Joker and Batman are always going to be fighting, and they were meant to fight each other. Like, the comics go out of their way to be like, no, these two are meant to fight each other for eternity, essentially. Right? No matter what these two do, they are meant to fight each other.
They can't help it.
And so I think making Joker integral to Batman's creation, I think, feeds into that idea. It's not bad keeping them separated. Like, I'm not going to be like, oh, they should absolutely make it. That can be an alternate universe thing where they do that. I need to read the Absolute Batman, so I've heard they are so good.
They're fucking great.
I've heard Absolute Batman's good. I've heard all the Absolute comics are actually really good.
So Darkseid made a universe, and it's going great for the Trinity over in DC.
Yeah, like, I've heard Superman, Wonder Woman, Batman. Absolute comics have been good. Unfortunately, while the new Ultimate line for Marvel's been good, it's already ending, which is like... Marvel's doing whatever, and it's not making sense. It goes into our Star Wars conversation for Marvel Comics, where we're like, Marvel, why are you shutting down your comics that are doing well? People like the new Ultimate line. It's definitely better than the old Ultimate line. Like, the old Ultimate line, the only good thing it gave us was Ultimate Spider-Man. The only good thing out of Ultimate, the original Ultimate, was Miles Morales. Let's be honest.
Sorry.
Because old Ultimate line gave us incest, Quicksilver, and Wanda.
Yeah.
With Wolverine watching. And potentially being their dad, too, because that was, like, a thing in the Ultimate universe where Magneto wasn't 100% their dad. But also, the parentage of Magneto has always been in flux, even in the main timeline.
You mean Quicksilver and Wanda?
Well, I mean, I'm like him being a parent.
Oh, yeah.
Like, not even just Quicksilver and Wanda, but also even Lorelei. Yeah. Where, like, Magneto's sometimes their dad, sometimes not. Sometimes only one of their dads.
Yeah. Lorna, a.k.a.
Lorna, yeah.
Polaris.
Lorna, yeah, Polaris, sorry, Lorna. And so, like, sometimes just Polaris' dad, sometimes just Wanda's dad, but not Quicksilver, even though they're twins.
Sometimes all three. Magneto got turned into a baby once and then aged back up. Because X-Men comics are, oddly enough, a straight line
also,
until the universe resets.
Let's also not forget about the best villain, though, in X-Men, which is when Magneto and Charles's brain connects into one villain.
Yeah, that was a great day for everybody.
That was actually a good villain in the comic. But yeah. Anyways, we have gone almost an hour just talking about
Yeah.
comics, honestly, and what we've been up to. But yeah, I've been enjoying Spider-Man 2. I'm not too far into it. I do the thing where I explore and do all the collectibles. I'm at the point where Miles' Uncle Aaron is out of jail, and I've done all the Prowler collectibles. It's good seeing Prowler retire it for legitimately.
I'm done.
Because I want to be a good uncle. Because Aaron Davis is actually a good uncle character most of the time. It's just sometimes he's Prowler, sometimes he's not. And then when he's Prowler, sometimes he's good guy Prowler, sometimes he's criminal Prowler. But Prowler's been around even before the Ultimate Timeline. I've got him in an old Spider-Man character encyclopedia back in the day. Anyways, we got a lot of news to talk about, let's
bang them out.
Yeah, let's bang them out. We got a lot of Star Wars news. We're gonna unfortunately start with some sad news. William C. Dietz, the author of the Dark Force trilogy of novellas, has passed away. Passed away at 80 years old. Not a bad amount of time to be.
Good run.
Yeah, but he also wrote the novelization for Halo Combat Evolved. But he while you don't have as much connection to the Legends material, you at least know the character that he helped build into. Yeah, he helped popularize even more because the video games were already starting to come out, but he just was telling novella versions of stories both in the games and in between, and kind of telling the story of Kyle Katarn, and they were adapting the video games for the most part, specifically the first two Dark Forces games. So before the most popular, the Jedi Knight, Jedi Outcast, and Jedi Academy, those are the most popular of those runs, but he did Dark Forces and Dark Forces 2. And which I finally got around to playing Dark Forces 2 a few years back. I'm beating that. But yeah, he turned those into a trilogy: Soldier of the Empire, Rebel Agent, and Jedi Knight. Good novellas. Good characterizations of Kyle Katarn. I mean, it's a character you would like because he's that smuggler turned mercenary turned spy who then becomes a Jedi. So you would like his earlier career, obviously, the Force and the Jedi stuff, but even then, he's a Jedi who it's a post Return of the Jedi, so
yeah.
And in the Legends, a lot of those were not they weren't like the prequel Jedi for sure. They were very much less about the attachment, and Kyle still very much acted like a mercenary. Even when he became a Jedi, became the battle master for Luke's academy.
Have you ever considered using this gun that drills directly into someone's skull?
Just disintegrates them.
Just problem gone.
This sniper rifle. I love that. That's the flavor text for the sniper. It's this sniper rifle is illegal, and you're like, and you give me the power to use this?
Yes.
As a Jedi?
Yeah.
Fully charged. I mean, the bad guys use it on you too, and it's frustrating when that happens, but...
Sorry, I'm just thinking about the bad guys looking. A dumb dialogue option of, use the Force now, dumbass.
I mean, you can also have Force speed, and if it's a regular blaster shot they're shooting at you, it auto-dodges in Jedi Outcast and Academy. Because it's oh, you have Force speed, so obviously you would use the Force to sense the sniper shot coming at you, and you go... Whoop!
You would probably want to dodge the instant die move.
Yeah. Well, it's not even the instant die. It's if it's the weaker charge. If it's an instant die... I don't know how in the background what the percentage is that a dodge happens.
Calculated.
Yeah, but sometimes you'll dodge, and then sometimes obviously you get hit, and then you disintegrate, and then it's game over, and then you have to reload. But anyways, here's the official statement regarding William C. Dietz. With heavy hearts, we want to share the passing of our husband and father, William C. Dietz. He brought joy to many as a friend and an author. Writing was a part of him as much as breathing, and hardly a day went by where he wasn't at the computer creating more adventures. The underlying theme in all his works was one of good overcoming evil, and his wish was to provide readers with an escape from the messy, often unsatisfying real-world stories. As we mourn his passing, we will continue to hear his voice in the books he wrote and the lives of those touched through his writing, and as a devoted family man. We know that his words and kindness will live on in all who loved and knew him. So, yeah. There isn't really much into how he passed, but also at 80, it could be anything, and I'm not surprised, but also it's still devastating for those who knew him. And as a Star Wars fan, I appreciate what he did, and even as a I'm not the biggest Halo fan, but I have some parts of I'm somewhat part of that fandom as well. Even that, you got, and so he worked on other video game scripts as well over time. So, as a fan of video games, as a fan of Star Wars, our best wishes to everybody that knew him, and our hearts go out to them. On to some more exciting news and less sad and devastating.
Can I read some of these?
Yeah.
All right.
Next thing though is we got a new Audible original
By Kevin Scott.
Yeah, our boy Kevin Scott. This one's coming out April 30th. It is Star Wars Terror on Mustafar. Did you want to read this one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Imperial cadets are in awe of the Empire's mightiest warrior, Darth Vader, Dark Lord of the Sith. But when a few young cadets find themselves trapped on the lava-filled planet of Mustafar, excuse me for the spit, and in the shadow of Vader's castle, they will soon discover that the Empire is not what it seems. Now, they must work together to escape from an evil scientist, his horrendous experiments, and the fearsome Darth Vader.
That sounds exciting. As they're saying here in Star Wars Newsnet, it gives the Tales from Vader's Castle, Tales from the Nightlands sort of thing. It's exactly the kind of story that I kind of expect with them, and so
go to Castle. What's it?
Castle Vader.
Go to Castle Vader. 30 years from now, or right now?
This one's now though, because
fuck that.
Because Imperial cadets.
There's a weird guy in a fishbowl.
This one's gonna be interesting though, because no, he's not even.
He's not in the fishbowl yet.
Yeah,
but he's a weird guy.
Yeah, this is when he's still just a weird guy. No, I that's exciting though.
Trailer for racing stuff I don't care about.
Yeah.
But the rest of the Star Wars fans are gonna go fucking.
Yeah,
nuts.
we got Galactic Racer trailer. Let me make sure that our audience will be able to hear the trailer with us, because that would suck. That only we can hear it. Here we go. This is gameplay trailer finally, because we did get
our newest racer has arrived. Welcome to the Galactic League.
So some pre-alpha and game capture.
Since you're here,
it's supposed to
why not take part in a friendly exhibition race?
This is the one coming out this year. They've got the game That's all I need. I need crashing vehicles. I need to be able to actually crash
Impeding! Impeding! If they weren't holding me back right now, I'd have you frozen in carbonite!
That's going to be one of our antagonists. Field base will be able to drive speeders, pod racers, pretty much anything. Yeah, it's our boy Big Narrows. And so, that's exciting. Not exactly your jam, but
Andrew would probably fucking love it.
I'll play it with him. I have a feeling there's going to be a multiplayer mode, so nothing really exciting really on the reading thing, so we'll skip that. But that is still fun. I like that. I like when Star Wars is like, let's do different types of video games. Let's not just stick to one type of video game, because like that can get boring. Moving all the video game news together because there's other video game news. We also got a update. This is where I get to be a little petty. On Knights of the Republic remake, it is still in development. Let me see when the most recent one. Sorry, I'm just double checking when this confirmation was. Yeah, this is a. They joke they've been like, and what has become a annual check-in at this point. Yeah, the CEO of Saber Interactive, that's the parent company for the companies that have been working on the game. Tim Willits confirmed, yes, still in the works. It's still in development. That's all they can say. So no release date, but to all you doubters out there, I mean, we already kind of knew that, though, because of the lawsuit regarding the Aspire, what happened with the... did we talk about that?
Maybe?
Because, with Knights of the Republic 2, when Aspire did their release, the port to the Switch and everything, they promised to add the mod as official content.
And it didn't work.
And since they didn't do that, there have been people there's a class action lawsuit that's like, hey, most of us bought the game because this was a promise made. And then...
Keep your fucking promises.
Yeah, because we bought it specifically for that promise. Because we already own this game. We bought it specifically because they were going to do this, right? Because that's what makes it, like, a lawsuit. If they were going to buy it anyways, then you can't really make that argument. But if you so go, I bought it specifically because you said this. Mm-hmm. And so, part of that lawsuit is, of course, in any case, you get the discovery part of a lawsuit, right? Where you learn, like, what's going on behind the scenes on something, right?
Yeah.
Because that's how you gather evidence, and evidence has to be shared on both sides. It's not like TV where you can hold evidence until you present it in court. No. Both sides see evidence as it's being discovered in the discovery phase. This is when we should have our friend Chris on, since he's a lawyer. But part of that is we learned that not only are they planning a Knights of the Old Republic remake, they are planning a Knights of the Old Republic 2 remake. So they are planning to do both, which is, I have called that from the get-go. I said they're gonna do both. In fact, I said you could almost get away with doing both in one game if you really wanted to, unless you're doing a Final Fantasy VII remake, which it sounds like that's what they're actually doing with Knights of the Republic. They're expanding on the story and making it bigger. Because the original game you can beat in 40 hours.
Not surprised you know that.
And that's if you're doing, like, everything. If you're just doing the main game, you can beat that in 20. Mm-hmm. So, like, that's not a lot of time in an RPG nowadays. Most people would say that's too short of a game for an RPG in the modern gaming. Like, obviously in 2003, that's great. Yeah. But in 2026, 2027, realistically, probably if this game is on target, I would say probably we're looking at 2030 when it comes out. That would be my guess, depending how well development's going. Yeah. Then I would say, by then people are wanting 100 hours or more in an RPG. Especially because it's going to be open world, it's going to be planet hopping. You're going to want bigger. Staying with the Old Republic, though. Yep. Fate of the Old Republic has a studio art director. Woo! We got Pascal Blanche, who reported it, who reported it on their Blue Sky. He said, super excited to announce that I started a new position as studio art director at Archanaut Studios. That's Casey Hudson's new studio that's working on the game, where I joined forces with Casey Hudson and his amazing team to work on the next epic Star Wars Fate of the Old Republic. Hashtag SWOFOTOR. Because that's become the...
I know.
Yeah. SWOKOTOR and SWOTOR, you know.
Yep.
You gotta have your SWO. Other games they've worked on include Myst 4, James Cameron's Avatar the Game, RuneScape, Far Cry New Dawn, and Meet Your Maker, along with the film adaptation of Aquaman. So that's kind of their art direction that they've worked on. So that's a pretty good, I would say that's a good resume. And it's also a good range. It's not like one type of game, but I would say like the Avatar the game is probably a good like idea of, okay, yep. Aquaman is probably also good actually, because depending on the type of planets, you can be a lot more creative with like having underwater worlds and stuff like that. In case you want to do some Manon with the fish people, because they are canon. But yeah. Couple other things. Ubisoft.
Yeah. I think just the title of this alone is sufficient of an explanation.
Yeah, they're doing a Monopoly Star Wars Heroes vs. Villains that's coming out in June. So it's just a Monopoly tie-in. But apparently it will take fans across the entire Skywalker saga and beyond. They have a trailer, so we'll go ahead and pop that sucker on. I haven't watched this. I don't know anything about this yet, so this will be
It's 31 seconds.
Yeah.
As long as a Monopoly game should be.
Yeah.
Before you decide to play a different game.
I wonder what the twist on it will be. So, but even then, hey, you know what? I don't mind grabbing it. Oh yeah, that's all you need, I guess. I mean, you know what? You know what? That's fair. That's fair. All you need to know is Star Wars and Monopoly, I guess.
Yep.
That's fair.
The creators of Star Wars Monopoly. Is that a big enough name for you to know?
We do have some screenshots along with a little description. Did you want to read that? Or
Sure.
Okay.
We'll alternate.
Yeah.
A dynamic team-based twist on the world's favorite family board game from Hasbro, Monopoly Star Wars Heroes vs. Villains, offers reimagined gameplay with cinematic moments, themed spaces, and dynamic elements so that no two matches are the same. Build teams with iconic Star Wars heroes and villains, each of whom brings unique abilities that can shape strategy and turn the tide in your favor with every roll of the dice. Teamwork and hero combinations play a pivotal role in securing victory.
Yeah, so basically what I expect.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm like, okay, Star Wars, Monopoly,
It would
okay.
be boring if they were like, we just use the characters as Monopoly, please.
Yeah, I mean, and so it adds a little extra. I don't expect this to be more than $30. If it's more than that, then that's dumb. And you get some pictures of the board. Looks like a changing board, so with different iconic Star Wars locations. It's probably based on wherever you land, because you probably have like what you expect. Each Monopoly board space is going to be named for Star Wars iconic locations. Yeah, we got like Hoth Echo Base Perimeter. Okay, you know what? That could be fun. Ooh, and it's going to be on everything pretty much. Well, newer gen. Sorry.
Yeah, that makes sense.
With the exception of Nintendo Switch 1. That's the only old gen. June 11th. Okay. So, pretty soon. Honestly, I don't need any... This is a type of game where I don't need a year to tell me that it's coming out.
Mm-hmm.
A couple months is fine. That's fine.
Alright.
Lastly, we've got Fortnite is adding a new tool for Fortnite developers that, you know, like to create their own little games, and they're adding Star Wars tools. So let's go ahead and watch that trailer. Once again, another one I haven't watched yet.
You can make your own Star Wars game now.
I think more than likely Matt and I would make that together, though. I can't. I'm bad at Yeah, see, I wouldn't be able to get that. I am. That's really cool, though. That's really cool. Oh my god. Yeah, you're able to make your own fighting games, essentially. Did you see that? I will say, the Fortnite team, like, their development toolkit has been always kind of really cool. But now, you know, if you're a big Star Wars fan, being able to do that with Star Wars as your, like, theme, that's cool. I am excited to see what people can create out of this. I am not somebody who is technically skilled enough to do that, but I am excited to see what people do with that. And I feel like that's always like,
I was gonna be like, if I learn how to do this, will you write for it?
I will help. Like, I think it's more like creating game modes though, rather than an entire game. But I mean, it's cool seeing that there was like a fighting. Like, there's varieties of things. Like, people were doing fighting games just in the trailer. They were doing like little side-scrolling platformers. There was like Gang Beast / like that type of thing of knocking opponents off, like Mario Party level type things. That's fun. That's what I want to see. I like seeing creative stuff like that. That's good though. Getting into comics.
Yes.
Out of video games into comics. So May and June are gonna be pretty big months. We are getting Mandalorian Volume 4 for the manga readers, which will cover the Season 1 finale. Took them this long, but it's also, you know, it's a manga and they're adapting and it takes a little longer. We're also getting Bad Batch Rogue Agents finishing up. We'll get the final issues of that. We will, of course, have Free Comic Book Day coming up. It's already right around the corner. May 2nd. Crazy that it's already almost that time. The Mandalorian manga Volume 4 will be on May 5th. So the day after Star Wars Day. But still kind of well synchronized. You got that good corporate synergy because it's only going to be a couple weeks before Mando and Grogu movie. Speaking of manga, you'll also get Volume 2 of the Jedi Fallen Order manga that day. The next day, we'll have a Rogue One Cassian Andor one-shot, which I think could be interesting. Because, of course, we're on the 10-year anniversary of Rogue One. I know.
Oof.
I know. We feel old now.
Yep.
Celebrating 10 years of Rogue One, before the heist that shook the galaxy, a lone rebel operative walks into danger. Cassian Andor infiltrates the lawless maze of Kafrene.
Bless you.
Thank you. Racing against troopers, bounty hunters, and time itself in a tense espionage thriller. Set prior to Rogue One, the critically praised blockbuster, hailed as one of the best Star Wars films, returns to the grit and glory of a rebellion on the brink. I wonder where in the timeline with the show it's going to fit. There's plenty of room within the Season 2 era that you could fit.
Maybe during that, like, year gap.
Yeah, because Season 2 has more gaps, whereas Season 1's pretty tight. Yeah, Bad Batch Rogue Agents number 4 will come out the same day as Cassian Andor. We'll skip that because we have not been reading that yet. We will get issue 2 of the High Republic Adventures Pathfinders that day as well. We will skip that. I'll only read them if they're like first issues or one shots. We will also get Shadow of Maul #3 because they have already been dropping those, and that will be May 13th. We'll get Galaxy's Edge Echoes of the Empire #2 on May 27th. And that's it for the May calendar. So it sounds pretty well packed.
Pretty stacked.
Yeah. June is going to follow up with another 10-year anniversary one with Rogue One Jyn Erso. Yeah, I got to give some good Jyn representation. That'll be on June 3rd. I'll let you read the little thing on that.
A prisoner of the Empire. A chance at hope. On the toxic Wobani fields, Jyn Erso's brutal routine shatters when an unlikely crew begs the infamous slicer Leona Halick to help pull off an impossible escape. Can Jyn outwit Imperial security droids, tower cannons, and incinerators long enough to crack the code and keep a frightened young prisoner alive? Will a leap of faith heal old scars from Galen, Lyra, and Saw? Or will Wobani claim Jin's future before the rebellion ever can? Well, we know the answer to that fucking question, don't we?
I like that, my favorite planet, the anagram planet, Wobani. Shouldn't take long for you to realize what it's an anagram of.
Oh!
It's Obi-Wan. It's Obi-Wan.
Sorry, I looked at it, I read it backwards, and then I was like...
That's not an anagram. Anagram is just rearranging letters.
And then...
Although an anagram can be backwards, but it's generally just rearranging. Yeah, it's Wobani is Obi-Wan. But that's also that's the planet that they... We know what happens. She gets rescued by K2. K2, we're here to rescue. K2, you're coming with us. I forget the exact line.
Please do not resist.
Yeah, please do not resist. Yeah. And you immediately fall in love with K2 from there. We get Bad Batch Rogue Agents #4, June 3rd. No, wait, we just... Oh, it got bumped. Oh. So in between these two news pieces, I guess #4 got bumped to June and not May. Because this is literally what we just read.
Yep.
Shadow of Maul stayed on schedule, though, with #4 coming out June 10th. High Republic Adventures Pathfinders #3 also staying on schedule with June 17th. And then Echoes of the Empire #3. That's a good cover. June 24th. Okay. So, unfortunately, that means in May, we're not getting the finale to Bad Batch Rogue Agents. But that's okay. We get it in June.
Yeah, but there's also a lot of stuff already happening.
Yeah,
so
May's pretty...
That makes sense to, like...
You can hold it off.
Yeah.
You're not going to hurt. You're not going to hurt. Dark Horse has revealed details of a Star Wars Hyperspace Stories for Mace that will come out in the fall. We don't have I don't think we have a date. Oh, okay. Nope, we have a speculated date. We don't have an official date, but we have a speculated one for September 1st.
Nope.
Got a good cover.
Oh, hey, Justina Ireland!
Yeah, Justina Ireland's writing it. Let's go. And we got a little info. After bungling a sensitive assignment, a young Mace Windu is sent to protect an alien king.
This will go great.
This punishment becomes a daring rescue after the monarch is abducted, and the Jedi Knight is forced into the center of a conspiracy surrounding scheming politicians and ruthless revolutionaries, with danger and betrayal lurking around every corner. Windu must unravel the conspiracy before the planet is engulfed in a civil war. Who knew diplomacy could be so thrilling?
You know what? I've seen him on The Glass Abyss. He's got this.
But also, with Justina Ireland writing this, I know the conspiracy is going to be pretty good, because she's good at writing, like, political intrigue.
Yeah.
I am down for this.
And Mace is one of the characters that's decent at that.
Yeah.
Like, I think you should use him for that.
Well, and also, because this goes into the conversation you and I were having about the conversation you were having with Steve and the others, which is like, or whoever, who all were you talking to about that?
Just Steven.
Yeah.
Steve.
Yeah,
and
Steve and
Chris.
And Chris, you were like, Which Jedi Knight do you not want to piss off?
Yep.
Mace Windu.
I think he's on the list.
Going into award season, because it's award season, Harrison Ford got a SAG-AFTRA Lifetime Achievement Award. Woo!
Yeah.
I think that's well earned. The man has definitely earned that over his entire film career. Like, yeah. Woody Harrelson gave a speech for as he presented it to him. That's cool. That's exciting. I mean, there's just so much that Harrison Ford over his career
has done.
Like, you can name the big ones, but even then, like, even his smaller roles that aren't like Star Wars or Indiana Jones. Yeah.
I was gonna say he's a $1 Million Baby, but he's not.
No.
That's Clint Eastwood.
That's Clint Eastwood. But, like, even on the stuff that you're kind of like, were like lesser films, like even the new Captain America, Harrison Ford's good in that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even if you don't like the new Captain America, he's good in it still. He puts an effort. And you can tell he had fun with it, which is very rare for Harrison Ford.
Rare. He's like, I like Blade Runner, and I got to be the president of America in Marvel.
This is the second time as president of America.
What was the first?
Air Force One.
Yeah, I didn't watch that. So.
Come on, classic.
No.
That's a classic film. Get off my plane. No. And then he kicks the bad guy off the Air Force.
I think you've shown me the clip of that, but I've never watched that movie.
We should watch that. It's because what? It's part of the. I think it's part of the Jack Ryan universe, if I remember correctly. Because I want to say it is. Nope. Okay. It's just its own thing. But yeah. And it's got Gary... Like, this cast is stacked. It's got Gary Oldman, Glenn Close, William H. Macy. Like, the most badass actors you could have in this film. And I'm including Glenn Close in that. Glenn Close is a badass.
All right.
Anybody who says otherwise. But yeah, no, we gotta watch that. Gary Oldman's the bad guy. He's the terrorist leader.
All right.
I feel like Zach would be disappointed in you if he ever heard that you didn't watch Air Force One.
If he's listening today, maybe he can say something, but I kind of doubt it.
He might be napping. Going back into award season, though, Skeleton Crew and Young Jedi Adventures got 5 combined Children's and Family Emmys.
I'm still mad I had to watch Young Jedi Adventures, but they do deserve it.
Yes. Now, Lego Star Wars Rebuild the Galaxy, I think, was also nominated, but I don't think they got any. Yeah, because the 3 of them combined got a total of 22 nominations. I mean, Rebuild the Galaxy also.
Mm-hmm. Strong.
Yeah, Skeleton Crew got 4 of those 5. Okay, so, yeah, that feels right.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Skeleton Crew was a really good show. One of them that they got included Outstanding Young Teen Series. I can agree with that. It was up against, like, Percy Jackson. That's good competition, honestly, because Percy Jackson's show has been so good. Including the new season that dropped this, yeah. What Young Jedi Adventures Season 2 got was Outstanding Sound Mixing and Sound Editing for a Preschool Animated Program.
All right.
Okay. Hey, you know what? That's pretty good.
Fair.
It's actually pretty cool when a show like that wins a, like, technical award.
Yeah.
I don't think of a technical award often for, like, kids shows. And I'm like, that's pretty cool. But yeah, what else did Skeleton Crew get? I'm trying to see what its other awards it got was. Okay, here we go. Outstanding Editing for a Young Teen Live Action Program. Outstanding Visual Effects for a Live Action Programming. Outstanding Sound Mixing and Sound Editing for a Live Action Program. And then the Outstanding Young Teen Series category. Good job. Good job to both those shows. Little golf clap. Good job. That's actually exciting, though. It's nice to see when shows get, like, what shows get what. And then this one's actually not like a film thing. This is actually an actual prestigious award.
Mhm.
Warwick Davis got the Order of the British Empire from the Prince of Wales, and got to have a nice little special ceremony at the Windsor Castle. He received the honor for his services to drama and charity. So, because he's a big advocate for people with dwarfism. That's really awesome. Like that's really all I can say.
Yeah.
All of these are like really awesome.
I'm napping. You can't be streaming. Is Zach napping too?
No, that's only fair because I took a nap in your stream.
Well,
Now you take a nap on mine.
Yeah, but I haven't got to sleep yet.
But no, these are really cool awards. Going into our last few categories here real quick. I'm missing something on here. Huh?
What do you think you're missing?
I'm missing the big one. I don't know how I'm missing it. I went through like a whole like month's worth of things. We'll come back to it because I know it's probably here. They probably added it to here. No, they didn't. I'll find it, but for now, let's talk about Reign of the Empire.
I went to sleep for, say, I woke up at like 10, then I went back to bed. Woke up at like 11:50. Yeah, I'm good. I can function on 4 hours.
What did I lose?
You lost whatever we were going to talk about.
Oh yeah. I lost. Oh yeah. But we're gonna talk about Reign of the Empire first, because they dropped Edge of the Abyss's cover, and oh my gosh, it's really cool. Oh, there's some details I didn't catch the first time. Okay. All right, so it looks like on the cover. Okay, so hold on, let me pop this up for everybody to see. Bam.
There we go.
We got Luthen over here. We got Saul as the focus, which I think we were promised that was going to be the case for this book. Anyways, we knew that Saul was going to be the focus of this book. But we see Luthen as well. I don't know who this is off the top of my head. So that might be an original character. We got Mon over here on the right. And we got Bail and Leia. That's the part I did not notice on my initial look. I did not notice Leia on the initial look at this cover. This is a good cover.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see what Rebecca Roanhorse does, because I don't think we've read, outside of short stories, we have not read a novel from her.
We will see how this plays out.
I'm excited though, because the first book was really good. So it's set expectations to this is good already. I want to follow our original characters as well, because that's the other part that made the first book really good, was the original characters. Did you want to read the?
Yeah, I'll take it.
Yeah, it's your turn.
Yeah, we're alternating.
Yeah.
That's how turns work. In this thrilling sequel to The Mask of Fear, set 1 year before Season 1 of Andor, truth becomes a weapon of the Empire. You sure about that? Over a decade into the Empire's reign, life under Imperial rule has become routine. The days of the Republic have long passed into memory, if they are remembered at all. Within the Senate, Mon Mothma and Bail Organa face dwindling influence, for there is no difference between the will of the Emperor and the direction of his empire. Bail increasingly shifts his focus to support clandestine resistance efforts, knowing a successful fight against the Empire will come from beyond the halls of power. Meanwhile, Mon Mothma sees one chance to take a stand when she makes a horrifying discovery about the lengths the regime will go to weaponize truth and loyalty. The Empire's newest target? The next generation raised under the Emperor's ever-deepening shadow, including Mon and Bael's daughters. Across the galaxy, disparate rebel factions are rendered outcasts, branded criminals, and pitted against each other. On Gorman, an idealistic student group seeks to make meaningful change, unaware of the ISB agent who seeks to sabotage them from the inside. Leaders like Saw Gerrero and Anto Krieger, one of the two, squabble and bargain to survive one more day against the crush of Imperial might. Trust is rare and betrayal quick. A distracted, disorganized resistance is one that is easy to snuff out. There are few heroes, and no alliances. When one of Guerrero's partisans is captured by the Empire, time is running out for senators, outcasts, spies, and all those that desire a better tomorrow. What the prisoner knows could help the Empire eradicate any whisper of resistance, end any rebellion before it can truly begin, and ensure that the Empire's truth is all the galaxy will ever know.
I'm dumb.
What's up?
That was Anto Krieger on the cover.
I had to do a quick research.
I double-checked myself. I was like, we know that name, because he's in Andor. He's the guy that, he's mentioned in Andor, because that's the guy like Luthen and Saw Gerrero were making a deal with. In Season 1. I do see, though, that we're getting some Gorman set up. But yeah, Anto Krieger, yeah. That was Anto Krieger on the cover. And I was like, as soon as you said that name, I was like, wait, I know that name. Like, it like, clicked like I got, you woke something up.
But just read it dramatic enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's have 10 minutes of Shorzy clips.
No.
On our Star Wars podcast.
Yeah. Because we were talking Shorzy earlier, yeah.
5 months ago.
This was a month ago. Yeah, this is correct. Yeah, this is the one that we haven't watched together, I don't think. Okay. So we will watch this first. So this is the one I lost because I knew we hadn't talked about it yet. Because we talked, I don't think we even talked about the Super Bowl ad. No. So
because why would I care?
Well, it was also short, but it was cute. It was so we're gonna shift into movies now, but keeping to the book real quick.
Yeah,
exciting. That it is definitely. I'm hyped already. I'm good. I don't need to know anymore. I want to read that book when it comes out. Give me that. Give me the next Empire political espionage book. Give it to me. I like me some good political espionage. And I know you do too. Come on, you know you love good political thriller.
Do I though?
You liked the first book.
Did I?
You did.
Are you sure?
Yeah, the only thing you really complained about was Mon. But that's like a normal Seth day. That's a normal day for you. Although you did admit that book gave Mon a little bit more, like...
Number one hater of politician moms, Seth.
Even though Mon Mothma's not that bad. But yeah, no, let's jump, though, into Mandalorian.
Actually, absent parents, those are...
That's more the issue. But yeah, no, we haven't had a chance to talk about Mandalorian Grogu.
No.
Because we've been gone.
I've been gone. You've been keeping track of things.
And so...
I am responsible for why we haven't talked about shit for like 2 months.
A month. It was only a month. A little over, because it was like, our last episode was February 7th. I only know that because I then had to look at every news article on Star Wars Newsnet from that day and be like, okay, what news do we need to catch up on? So obviously this is a big one we have to talk about.
Okay.
Hey, never touch the buttons.
Great impressive back.
I can use some information.
He got the band.
For this price, I'll tell you whatever you want.
I'm looking for a hut.
Close for the night. Thank you.
Gangsters. War criminals.
Long live the Empire. We'll take out every bad guy in your deck of cards.
You knew that was where they were going with
This isn't about revenge. It's about preventing another war.
Strap in.
Just a cry. Hey, our boy Imbo.
Will
And
suffer,
his new dog. Because his last dog died.
and then it will be his turn.
I forget.
Before going into harm's way, check your armor. The kid will live centuries beyond me. I won't always be around to protect him.
Are you scared? You should be.
Do we run? Or do we fight?
I like this kid.
You already know who that is.
What are you
also
waiting
know the
for?
voice. I love those that just get into struggle to be a bounty hunting. Like, basically just a mini speeder.
Let's save the rest for after dinner.
Okay. That was that. That's the first trailer. Hyped? Hyped? Yeah. I think, because most people are like, Mandalorian Grogu's gonna be fine. This is gonna be a fun movie. Because everybody's more hyped for Starfighter, which is fair.
Mhm.
It's something different, right? Like, I think that's why everybody's hyped about Starfighter and kind of less hype about Mando. Because I think most people didn't like Season 3 as much. And so that's left a bad taste in people's mouths for this. And it feels too safe to a lot of people to do a movie.
Oh, people are like, oh, you're cowarding out a little.
Yeah. But I think it's also a narrative that makes sense to tell. It's building further into the stuff that we're leading up to with the obvious Heir to the Empire, the canon version of an Heir to the Empire storyline.
I feel like Mandalorian and Grogu is going to be like 4 hours long.
It's really just going to be probably like an hour.
Even though it probably
I
isn't.
think we already have the time. I think we've already been told how long it is. I think it's only like an hour and a half. Spider-Man. Yeah, I'm on IMDb double checking. Excuse me? Excuse me?
What?
Look at that first name.
And?
What's he doing involved with this film?
Fucking no, you're the film guy. You tell me.
What's he doing starring in this film? I bet you he's playing a Hutt. Oh, no, he's the fry cook. He's the one that says close for the night. Martin Scorsese is the fry cook that's like, oh, close for the night.
You know what? Yeah.
No, because I pulled up on IMDb, I was like typing Mandalorian Grogu, and you know how sometimes it'll show you the first couple, I'm speaking for the audience since they didn't see me doing it. It'll show you like the first couple actors that are in it. It showed Martin Scorsese, and I'm like, what? What are you doing here? I didn't recognize his voice in that, but yeah. Oh, it would be further up here. It's 2 hours. 2 hours, 20 minutes.
Mhm.
That's not bad. That's actually not bad. That's not bad.
Sorry. No. I was just thinking based on how much is going on in the trailer. I was like, this movie's got to be like 4 hours long.
No, but that makes sense. That's basically 5 episodes of the show. 4 to 5 episodes of the show. Because usually they hit about the 30 to 40 minute mark.
Mm-hmm.
So that basically tells you an arc of for a show. Yeah, that works. And I honestly, with everything that it looked like it's trying to do, you need 2 hours. So yeah, and it's that conversation we have. A movie should be as long as it takes to tell the narrative of that movie. Man, you are Mr. Popular right now.
I'm not. They're not talking about me. They never talk to me about anything.
Is that the family chat?
That's the family chat. I could say whatever I wanted, and they would not give a flying fuck.
Yeah. But yeah, no, a movie should be as long as it's needed to tell the story it needs to tell. And from what we see in the trailer,
I think it's going to be a very busy movie.
Yeah, but I think it's with 2
hours.
hours.
Bad movie.
No, I was gonna say.
Busy.
Yeah, I was gonna say with 2 hours, that's well paced for what I see, because we have basically the main storyline is the New Republic. It's where we left off with Din in season 3. New Republic hired him to hunt down Imperial remnants, and now we have Sigourney Weaver playing his official liaison, going, "Hey, these are your missions. Take out these guys." Mm-hmm. And then we've got
rules. Go nuts.
And it seems he's going to be working with the Hutts to try to get information about his targets. So
hilarious to just ask where the Hutts are in broad daylight, but also what else are you going to do?
Which it looks like he's on Now Hutta, which is why the snake creature, because that was in the Clone Wars Now Hutta episodes with Quinlan and Obi-Wan. And then when they were chasing Cad Bane. And then seeing Imbo back, I'm curious what his role is. Is he working for the Imperial remnants hunting down Din and Grogu, or is he going to be teaming up with Din and Grogu as a fellow bounty hunter and being like, that's going to be cool. A lot of people are joking that it's the Clone Wars movie 2.0 because of Rada and everything. Seems we're also getting a bit of the story of Din realizing his role as the father to Grogu and realizing, what he has to do to prepare Grogu for life. Unfortunately, and I don't think you'll care as much about this piece of information, which is why I'm going to go ahead and let you know about it. They had Kathleen Kennedy confirmed that Grogu's not going to talk in the movie still.
Okay.
A lot of people were theorizing, we're going to finally get, maybe a sentence out of Grogu to, show that he's growing up. But they're going to try to keep marketing Baby Yoda, which makes sense on a marketing standpoint, but from a narrative standpoint, it's kind of disappointing. But,
yeah, but you can do plenty with non-verbal communication.
Yeah.
At this point, why start now?
Well, because he's starting to hit that age where he's getting closer to being what Yoda is. He's getting older. He's gonna start actually having to talk soon, right? We're hitting that point, because by 100, Yoda was already a master. Yoda was already a Jedi Master by 100. So, only 50 years between baby to full-on, starting to train Jedi. And we also see that, in the trailer, it seems Grogu's getting his own training, too, from that guy that's like, oh, you scared? Which a lot of people are like, oh, that's the same race as in Legends, and I think recanonized thanks to Glass Abyss, Yoda's master. So some theories that, is that Yoda's master, or is it somebody else that just happens to be the same species, or appear like the same species? Cool stuff. Anyways, other trailer, so that way we can get through these, because we are longer episode today.
Back to the underground.
Back to the underground. We got Maul Shadow Lord.
Get leader.
Oh, sorry.
He is a
restart for the audience, because I was still on mute.
Our target is a syndicate leader. He is associated with several criminal organizations. And proficient with a laser sword.
Well, See, up till the laser sword part, it's like, just another day on the job. No, laser
The
sword.
Empire tried to kill me.
And it's like, and we're not
Their betrayal demands consequence. And that consequence requires a weapon. Together, we can destroy the Empire.
Yeah.
He wants to fight as allies.
They're the
Empire
They're
may
here
be
to
our
just
common
get some
enemy.
assholes.
The mall will never be our ally.
Yeah. Getting a
We need
mall
to
trying
find them.
recruit somebody to be an
Whatever it
apprentice.
takes.
This is escalating out of our hands. The Empire will want answers.
Oh, there's our Inquisitor.
The Empire will lock this planet down.
Or Ahsoka popped his head. We got it.
Where is
Yeah, you want to replay that one?
right here.
It's so fucking scary.
We'll lock this planet down.
Here we go.
Right there.
Oh, man.
Jedi, where is Maul?
Yeah, that's
I'm
Mr.
right
Pop.
here.
Oh, no, wait, no, this is Barry.
Let us have our revenge.
Doesn't talk at all, so it didn't meant talking.
We're not gonna take out the whole Empire.
Laughing like that ain't good.
This is a survival horror game for the cops in this. Welcome to your first day in Raccoon City.
Yeah, I was gonna say, where's your Leon Kennedy for this situation?
You're fucking going to die.
All right. With that, we can finally get into actual topic for today.
Yeah.
We are going to talk about Star Wars Outlaws, Low Red Moon. Spoilers ahead. Have you missed that? I kind of want to get your insights into this because I think overall I enjoyed this book. You go into this book thinking it's a Jalen book. And I think it's because of how the book is bookended. Because the prologue is Jalen's story. But then the epilogue is Indy's. And that, I think the epilogue makes it clear whose story it really is. Also, fuck the Barsha family.
Oh, yeah. Fuck these guys.
Fuck Lady Barsha. Fuck Daddy Barsha. Fuck Slero, although he didn't do anything in this book in particular. Yeah. Definitely fuck Jalen. I like the book overall, especially once you take into the context that it's actually Indy's story. If you look at this book as a Jalen book, or even as a Jalen and Indy book, then you're not gonna like this book. But I think if you take the context of it's Indy 5's story, then it becomes a good book.
For me, I think the problem just is one, how I think it was marketed. It wasn't very well done.
It's similar to your issues with Master of Evil.
Mhm.
Another one that took you a minute.
Yeah. And it's also one of the cases, like, for me,
You didn't care about Jalen to begin with.
yeah. Plus, the combination of, like, to be honest, just burnout of Star Wars, all kind of, like, compiled at once, because I'm like, none of these are characters I find interesting.
Indy 5 couldn't even get you through it?
No.
That's sad, because I know you like Indy 5 a little bit.
I do like Indy 5. I like Indy 5 in the same way I like K2SO.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like a lot of I like non-verbal communicating characters.
But you also like smart-ass characters.
Yes.
Which is K2 and Indy 5.
Mm-hmm.
They're the smart-asses. But they're good character, like...
Yeah.
And I think...
It's not Indy 5's fault that he is involved with the story.
I think Mike Chen writes a really good story, though, here.
I don't think the story is bad. I think that I'm just being a bitter bastard right now.
I think maybe in a month or so you'll come to hindsight of like, oh,
Yeah.
But for now,
Yeah.
it's
it was a Star Wars story. I think my issue is like it's about a character. I like ND5. If you would set this story in the future with ND5, I would fucking love it.
But at that point,
But because it's not,
yeah,
it's set in like the origin of I could guess what happened here, and I didn't need to guess that. Spoilers for this fucking book. Sliro betrayed his family.
Well, and they don't even give you that in the book really, because
it's not a hard guess.
Well, because it's in the game.
Because it's in the game, and I'm also of the opinion that Jalen Vrax, for the parts that he is in, is not an interesting protagonist. Because we've had better rich boy protagonists.
Well, he doesn't play the rich boy that much though in this book. He plays somebody who's trying to separate himself from that really. And I think Jalen's story is kind of interesting. I don't think he's the perfect protagonist.
No, obviously not.
No.
But not what I... Like, writing-wise, I don't find him to be a compelling one.
Well, that's what I mean by perfect. I mean... I don't think he's a perfect, compelling protagonist, but I don't think he's meant to be. I think he's meant to be somebody that, honestly, throughout the book, we are meant to, like, see the flaws in and dislike a little bit. Especially with how he treats ND5.
Yeah.
Which is fair to a degree when you see how they met. But also, we see that we get the humanization of ND5 throughout this book. We start to see how ND5 could become the ND5 that we see in the video game.
If you take away the Jalen of this book and just from ND5's perspective, I think this book gets a lot better.
But also, at the same time, you can't take Jalen out completely because he's a part of ND5's story. Because you kind of have to. I did like the heist. I liked the story that they were. I liked it. I liked it overall. I don't think it's the best Star Wars book to ever Star Wars, right?
No.
It's definitely not a 9 or 10. Usually, or it might be a 7 or 8. Honestly, I know for you it might be a little lower. But I'm probably leaning more 7. But at least right now,
it's not terrible.
No. And if you're an Outlaws fan and you want more of these characters, I suggest it. That's definitely and it brings in characters that you like as well. Like we get Fennec Shand, she's really awesome in it. I like the fun little mission they had, and I like the little back and forth between her and Jalen, where Jalen's like, "I'm hiring you to do this thing," and like it's like I hired you for this, not for when they're arguing a little bit. I like that. Because Fennec Shand's a professional as always.
Yep. My issue with it is probably, I think, the initial starting premise, in that I couldn't get behind it.
Yeah. That's fair.
Like, if you pitched me, here are the continuing adventures of K-Vess and ND5, I would probably be a little more invested.
I think
because I like K-Vess.
Yeah, I think the reason they're not though is because while Ubisoft hasn't announced it yet, I think they still want to do a second game.
Good. I hope they do.
I think that's the reason why, right? Because you don't write a book sequelizing something when you know you want to make a sequel to it in the medium that it was originally presented.
I'm so mad because we have a direct counter argument to that.
No, because I already have an argument to that as well. Because if it's what I think you're going to bring up.
Is that one not...
Wait.
Did the book not come out before the game for that one?
Oh, no, you're right.
Yeah.
But that was to explain something going on between the events of the game. That was to tie in. That wasn't... That was to commercialize on the fact that we already had the game coming out. That was not a case of... That was not a case of the game is an unknown. If you're talking about Jedi Survivor.
Yeah.
We already knew Jedi Survivor was coming out. Because Jedi Survivor was already like... What? Because that book came out a month before Survivor, or like a couple months before Survivor?
Yeah.
So like that was more to that was more to I used the word earlier. Corporate synergy. That was your corporate synergy of we're already having the game. Here's a book to
Here's why everyone is
how they Here's why everybody's going to end up the way that. So that would be when you get your Outlaws book tie-in. That's when you get the book you want. Is when we know for sure Outlaws 2 is happening.
Hello.
Hey, welcome to the stream. But yeah, no, that's when you would get that.
Yeah.
For now, you just get the thing that's a prequel that doesn't answer anything going forward because they don't want to,
Yeah.
It's the same. It's the conversation Zach and I had last night about.
Oh yeah.
The Acolyte.
Me. The Acolyte is not as bad as I was a little harsh on it.
Yeah.
I'm more harsh on the books
because they don't live up to the potential that you were hoping.
And hi, we talk mostly about books on this one.
Yeah,
we did talk about movies and shows,
and we did talk about did talk about that news when it happened.
Unfortunately, you're on a book episode.
Yeah.
So, a book that I didn't particularly enjoy.
I enjoyed it, not as much as I usually do, but it's still a good book.
The problem for me is we're visiting a dead character that wasn't interesting in the game he first appeared in, and is less interesting in this book.
And kind of is a twist villain a little too late.
Yeah.
I would say the twist for Jalen is a little too late, and that might be my one complaint with that game, is that they wait too long to reveal, oh, Jalen's the bad guy.
Sliro's also a bad guy, but...
for the most part, we kind of disagree with you on this podcast. Acolyte, I thought, was very good. Just some missed potential. I think that's generally you're it's fine with missed potential.
Yeah.
You're
it's all right. It's not the best.
Yeah.
Ever.
It makes sense. Anyway.
On this.
Yeah, on the back to the Outlaws book.
Every character except fucking Jalen in this godforsaken book is better.
That's true. I think Jalen, though, I find Jalen interesting because I like getting into his I'm a fucking asshole headspace.
I don't.
I like
It was a waste of my time. If you shave off 150 pages of this book, it becomes a 9. With him in it, it's a 7, a 6.5, maybe.
I apologize, Mike Chen.
Sorry, Mike Chen. I hope...
it's not your writing. It's not your writing skill.
I just hate Jalen so fucking much.
Yeah, let's make that clear. It's not the writing.
The writing, it's unfortunately Mr. Chen. It is a combination of me being sick and tired of Star Wars with one of these brothers both of these people are evil, but one of them is slightly more evil and also has a robot bodyguard that tried to kill him, but isn't gonna kill him.
Wait, hold on. Is Jalen more evil than Sliro? Let's have that conversation before we...
You know what? No. They're about the same, actually.
Because Sliro's because he was even willing to kill the one person who cared about him. Because Jalen did care about Sliro. In his own Jalen way.
I mean...
At the same time, though, Jalen was still raised by a mom who basically got it sunk into his head that Sliro's not really family.
Mm-hmm. You get 2 father-year plushies, and your brother gets none because he's a half bastard.
He's not a Barsha.
He's not a full Barsha. He's half a Barsha, and that's all he'll ever be.
And even to Lady Barsha, she would be like, he's not even that.
Mm-hmm. He's a mistake from a previous arrangement.
It's like, damn.
It's like, man.
Teaching your 5, what? Because he's 10 in that prologue?
He's 7.
7, yeah. Teaching your 7-year-old to hate his brother. That's some fucked up. That's why I fuck Lady Barsha immediately. That was the first thing I typed in the Discord when we got there. I was like, fuck this lady.
It's the worst. I like how we haven't really spoiled a lot in this book. It's mostly been like, I fucking can't stand this guy.
Well, because like there's a lot in that happens in this book that I think is fun. Like I like the casino, because Mike Chen promoted that scene, this Casino Royale scene with ND5. It lives up to the hype. That scene lives up to the hype in my opinion. But also it's an ND5 chapter. The one thing we talked about in the car ride. When we get the scene, because I don't think the video game actually said that ND5 was the one that killed the Barsha family.
No.
They just say that Slero had something to do with it, and that he had them killed because he like betrayed, like he basically told the Empire what to do and how to not get rid of them. Because he's the one that fed the false information that they were working with the rebels. I think was basically what he lied about.
Yeah.
He basically said like, oh, the Barsha company was actually, they were working with separatists essentially. And so that was like why the Empire had to take him out. Because Slero was at least high enough, but not as high as he is by the time of Outlaws.
Yeah.
Where he could be like, in the ISB going, hey, you should take these guys out. And so we up till I will say this book did present an interesting part of it being ND5 that had the role in that. And I think that then makes it make sense for why Jalen feels the way he does about ND5. Because he sees ND5 as the guy that, he doesn't see him as a person. He sees him as the tool that was used to kill his family. And that's why throughout the goddamn book he keeps lying to ND5. And we keep getting the insights into his head of going, I can't fucking ever let him know the truth that his programming's actually fine. I could remove.
I know why I don't like Jalen. He gaslights ND5 the entire fucking book.
Yeah, I don't like him. I like reading about, like, that's the thing. I think that's where we kind of separate on that. Is we both don't like him for the same reasons, except I enjoy reading about characters like that. You don't.
Yeah, I think it's a kind of
It's a, do you like getting into the headspace of Walter White or not?
No.
That's but you know what I'm saying?
Breaking Bad.
You know what I mean? That's kind of that's our divide there on this book, I think that's what it is. I think that's why you didn't enjoy it as much, because you don't like those type of, like, you don't like exploring those type of characters the same way I do. I like that stuff. I like being like, this guy's a fucking asshole bastard. I need to know why they act this way, and I want to hate them throughout reading this. You can't stand that. Yeah. And I think that's why we're divided on this book. But that also makes an interesting conversation. Because I think that makes the podcast interesting. It would be boring if we agreed on that.
Yeah. There are some times where I'm like, yeah, that's cool. And other times I'm like, fuck, why? I don't want to read this.
Yeah, like, it's the same situation where it's me getting into Always Sunny. You really didn't like Always Sunny at first because of this same exact conundrum of, these guys are fucking assholes. But also, the fun part about Always Sunny is they get their comeuppance every time. And that's where it feeds into, like, oh, okay, I can deal with that. Because and even then, we watch maybe, like, 4 or 5 episodes, and then we take a break when we were watching it consistently.
Also, the reason why I can't stand law procedurals.
Yeah, it's why you couldn't stand Suits, because you were like, man, these fucking assholes.
Like,
Whereas I like Suits. But also, every now and then they do get their comeuppance. It just takes longer. It's longer narrative structure.
Maybe I prefer things a little bit simple.
You prefer a little more black and white. Yeah. You're like, there's good, there's evil.
Sometimes there is gray, because, like, circumstances are bullshit. That's another thing I've done on. like where there is just a genuinely fucked situation.
But even then, in the gray, you prefer like that there is still somebody leaning towards the good.
Mm.
It's like a cowboy western. Like you have your gray like bounty hunter character. You have your your classic Clint Eastwood's classic, that stuff. While they're gray characters, they are leaning more towards good than bad usually. It's your Arthur Morgans. They live in the gray. But are they a beacon of good within that gray?
Mm.
And I think that's what I've noticed. That's what I've noticed off of your personal taste, and I think that's why the dichotomy for this book.
Mm.
And honestly, with that, I might stick with my 8. I'm gonna hold my guns here on that one.
Neat.
And then you'll stick with your 6.5 and 7. Yeah.
Yeah, but we're not cowards here, so we don't do half numbers.
Okay, so 7. That is one of my favorite conversations in that book.
Yeah.
Where he's starting to doubt Jalen to the point that he actually shuts communications between him and Jalen, so that way he can just privately talk to her.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, so if you like seeing a character like that, like Indy 5, and you see they become this person, a little bit of personhood, it's a good book for that. Like you said, the Indy 5 book parts are the best part. And then I did the audiobook, and so I like the shift in style of narration, because it is a different shift.
Yeah. That is one of the things that is actually really good.
Because like even if you're just reading it, the Jalen parts are first person to a degree, but not as much.
Yeah.
Whereas the Indy 5 ones are just straight up first person. And so I like that. I like being able to tell when it's shifted, when we have books like that. And then the audiobook does a really good job of that as well.
Yeah.
I really don't want to spoil too much more than that, but
yeah. Indy 5 visits not the DMV. It's not a DMV, but in spirit it is.
Yeah. God. I do like the epilogue too, because the epilogue really, like I said, it really makes it clear it's Indy 5's narrative, and I'm excited about, I like that, and I also like that it opens up to what you want. It opens up to what I want. I want Outlaws too. I want that story. I already pitched my idea. You do it post Return of the Jedi. You see what has happened now that the Hutts are gone.
Yeah.
You tell the crime vacuum that creates. Mm-hmm. And then you can still bring back Crimson Dawn a little bit, because Kira's still hanging in the wings in the background because she's still alive. Whatever she's doing.
That's the other thing in this book. Dude got how involved, because it's also related to Outlaws.
Yeah.
Involved. Fucking Crimson Dawn, man.
Yeah, Crimson Dawn.
That
was the ending I got. I worked with Crimson Dawn and the other one, not the Pikes. Fuck them.
Fuck the Pikes. They're useless.
Wasn't the Hutts either. It was Crimson Dawn. It was Crimson Dawn and the other one. You know which one I'm talking about. The fourth faction.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyways.
I was like, of course it's Crimson Dawn.
The Shiga clan. Yeah, that was my ending.
Yeah.
Was Crimson Dawn and a Shiga clan.
Why wouldn't it fucking be Crimson Dawn? I'm so fucking tired of Crimson Dawn.
But it also makes sense.
It makes sense.
It makes sense for where the story narratively is.
I'm tired of the ISB. I'm tired of the fucking Pikes, who are useless and are only there to be jobbed.
They're jobs. They're jobbers. In wrestling terms, they are the jobbers of the Star Wars universe.
And Crimson Dawn being involved. I've had so much fucking Crimson Dawn.
Dawn though is meant Crimson Dawn's meant to be the heel.
everyone is in Crimson Dawn.
Crimson Dawn's meant to be our heels, and then we got the jobbers.
If you don't work for Crimson Dawn, yes, the fuck you do.
But anyway, yeah.
Sorry.
Well, then I guess you're not going to be happy with Maul Shadow Lord.
I'm more interested to see how the cops of that planet are gonna handle all of these fucking wackadoos. Because they are not prepared for that.
No.
They're like, okay, criminal, okay, we can deal with that.
With a lightsaber.
Okay, little weird.
Actually, wait, hold on. Let me go back. Criminal, we can deal with that.
Mhm.
Criminal who is involved with every crime syndicate ever.
Okay, it'll be tough, but I think we can do it.
With a laser sword.
Fuck. Dude, like, the two things in that trailer that I'm like, if I was a cop, I'd quit that fucking day.
The first time you run into the laser sword criminal.
It is, before we even see them, the limbs that are on the ground.
Yeah.
That's a, fuck this, I'm going
The other
home.
time you should quit is when once the Inquisitors show up.
Mm-hmm.
That is your sign of, oh, we are in this way too deep.
Yep. This is some, I don't know what you're talking about. I stepped out to get coffee half an hour ago, and everyone in the police station was dead.
I think you'll be excited about the tie-in comic then, because from what I understand, that main cop is in the comic as well, and so they are the main like protagonists with Maul. Yeah. Like they're the deuteragonist. Deuteragonist. Thank you. They are the main deuteragonist for that comic, and then in the show we get the three protagonists. We get the Jedi Twi'lek, who potentially it looks like Maul is trying to recruit. I am also hoping we get I forget his name now, the bad guy from Solo. Because I want to see Maul like building him up as his second.
I was gonna say Kira's sugar daddy, but that's not the right.
Dryden Voss.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, Dryden Voss. It's
not related to Quinlan.
No relation. No relation. I was gonna make the joke though of he's Vision in Marvel.
Well, I would explain why I don't know who that is.
Jarvis's voice actor too, because went from playing Paul Bettany. Yeah, I want to see Dryden Voss. I want to see Dryden Voss in it.
That makes sense. I kind of want to see how their dynamic operates because we don't see.
I want to see how much Maul let him in on secrets because it seems Dryden like knows.
Yeah.
Like he kind of hints that he knows. Hey, don't fuck with Crimson Dawn because my boss is scarier than me. I'm already scary. But you don't want to fuck with my boss. And then he dies, and then we learn that, oh, his boss was Maul, because that's the big, that was like the first time we learned that about that connection. Like, we didn't realize that Crimson Dawn was Maul's group that he was building in Clone Wars.
Good. Also, happy birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday. Since we're about to wrap, I was about to do that. I was about to do.
I also realized that it is hilarious coming from me to be like, I'm more interested to see what the cops are doing in this fucking show about space.
Well, it's because you
bosses.
like your horror survival, and that's what they're going through.
Dealing with too much.
But yeah, I'm excited. Once again, though, I think this is an 8. You think it's a 7?
Yeah.
So overall, not a bad book. It's just really what you want going into this.
Yeah, like, if I was someone who liked characters that were quite a bit more manipulative, I would probably go through with it. But I kind of... The only time I'll accept a speech check is if it's to get people to calm down from blowing up half a city.
Yeah.
If it's just to lie to a robot and gaslight them, I think you should probably have just hired a different bodyguard.
Probably don't hire the guy who killed your family to be your bodyguard.
Yeah.
Also, one of my favorite... Yeah, real quick before I go into our end of episode speech. One of my favorite scenes is when the Barsha family's getting annihilated.
Yeah.
the start of that scene when Indy 5 first shows up and he's having to like disguise himself, and he finds the first Barsha member that he kills, and they're just standing at a cliff hanging out because they're like, I don't want to be with any other Barshas because no Barsha likes hanging out with other Barshas. That is what I learned. That family just hates each other.
Yep.
Indy 5 shows up and just goes, wow, he shoots him and then but no, it's so good. I'm like, and I don't feel bad for the Barsha family. I'm like,
or whoever else showed up because they invited
they invited other rich people that, you know, it's kind of an eat the rich moment, honestly. Yeah. I'm for it. Indy 5, you go for it. You be the king you are and take these fuckers out. I don't care that they were manipulated. We were joking. We were like, man, this is the one time where we're like, am I siding with the Empire? Yeah. No, I'm siding with Sliro. Who is also not a great man, but...
Yeah. I love NT5's internal monologue of like, oh, this little flower pot will do.
Also, Jalen's conversation with that worker droid is also great when they're on that planet. The worker droid just being like, not understanding, like, that Jalen's like, I just don't, the problem is that I'm with my family.
Yep.
And the worker droid's like, is there a problem? And I don't see anybody having any issues from, like, our little scans of everybody's, like, there's no emergencies. And Jalen's like, no. My family is the problem.
There won't be any more.
But no, I love that section.
Yeah.
But yeah. Okay, with that, that's everything I think we want to talk about this book without spoiling anything else, because this...
As harsh as I have been, I'm always someone who will take the stance of you should go and read and watch something for yourself to decide if you personally like it.
Plus, Mike Chen, like, even in the parts you didn't like, the writing is good. Mm-hmm. It's not the writing. Yeah. It's just, that's not a character you're invested in. Which is fine. I mean, I think realistically not every book is for everybody. Even if I rate it highly, you might not like it. And that's just being a fan of art. Art is subject. Yep. It's very subjective. But with that, thank you all for watching today's episode of Escape Reality Star Wars Talk. If you really like our content, you can check out our Patreon, which is Escape Reality Films. Shout out to Jennifer Brantley.
Yeah!
You can also support us by becoming a member of our YouTube channel. Shout out to Pixie Nixie and her shared channel with Zach, Goof Goblins.
Yep.
Both the Patreon and YouTube memberships give you access to our content before they're released publicly on YouTube, as well as other extra goodies, including pages from my new comic book, Super Worlds, with amazing art by M Arts.
Yeah!
Where I have been adapting the short story Shadows of the Night from my Super Universe short story collection currently. Mm-hmm. We are currently working on page 3. Page 3 should come out this upcoming Wednesday. Because I just got the lines for page 3 this last Wednesday. Hopefully page 3 should be out officially.
Dude, you've been working on that for years.
It's been shopping for an artist.
What's the opposite of Schadenfreude? I'm happy this is happening.
Yeah, it's the shopping for an artist that takes a while, and just because finding somebody that can work on it really is what took a minute. But thank you, shout out to Scotty on that one though for connecting me to M Arts, because that's his artist that he uses for his comics, for the mop stuff, and I think she's also working on the Kill Bear one that he's currently promoting, which is his comic of what if Goldilocks was like a Kill Bill scenario. So Goldilocks killing the bears, I think, is the premise. So it's pretty cool, interesting concept.
Dinosaur.
Yeah. But if you'd like to be a part of our community, you can also check out our Discord, which is linked wherever you're watching. Also, once again, shout out to Pixie, our mod, it's her birthday today.
Yeah.
Happy birthday. Also, she's going to be doing a stream soon, not long after this one. I'm trying to remember what she said she's going to be playing today. I think it's a
little bit of
rotation. Yeah,
everything.
I think there's some Fortnite, obviously. Yeah, it's going to be a rotation of things from what I remember. So it's just going to be whatever Pixie and friends decide to play together. But we love you, Pixie, and we love you, Zach, even though you're probably still napping. Speaking of friends, though.
So, every other Sunday from 5 to 7 Central Standard Time, you can catch some friends of ours over at Trials of Naboo on the YouTube at Steam Dungeon.
All right. Once again, thank you all for watching. Join us next week where Seth and I will have a little bit of lighter stuff and, characters that he likes as we discuss the Jar Jar one-shot, which I think we've been kind of interested in because it's different. And also, just to see, it's the guy, it's Ahmed Best, the guy who plays Jar Jar. His first time writing a comic. That's going to be interesting. We are going to finally read the Star Wars New Republic mainline. And we are going to read the penultimate Star Wars Insider short story, Galactic Tales, A Death in Elder Block 26-0640. Which is kind of sad. It's the penultimate. Because only one more issue of Star Wars Insider ever.
Yep. All right.
But with that, though...
Oh, hold on.
Oh.
Yeah, one. All right.
Oh.
You get your one
you
question.
You got your one question before we actually head out.
You know what?
It depends where you lean with Revan. I kind of, for the fun of it, would want Revan to not be a specific... I don't want them to be a known actor, actually. I don't know about all that. But yeah, that's a little much. That's a little much for a ending of episode discussion.
Because I like Keanu Reeves, the actor, and I'll say yeah.
I mean, he's a good actor. Well, good action star.
Yeah, I don't remember Revan doing much talking.
Well, you play him and he says things.
I know. But
he says things that you tell him to. Anyways,
I just want to hear Revan do a yeah.
Anyways, we'll see y'all next time to talk about these three shorter things. I think we should be good for next week without any problems with that, because thankfully it's not any characters he dislikes. It's not, and it's shorter stuff. It's not anything. Yeah. It's not a novel. So, thank you all once again for watching. Y'all have a good one.
Bye.
I have spoken.
Y'all have a good one.